Thank you for joining me for yet another unboxing video, and today we have a board game based off of one of my all-time favorite movie franchises, Planet of the Apes. And this is a cooperative adventure brought to you by IDW. It's a game by Richard Lonius. It's for 1 to 4 players, it takes 90 to 120 minutes to play, and it's for ages 14 and up. Also, in this game, you get a bonus exclusive minis inside. Unimpressed with man, Colonel George Taylor volunteers to become the commander of the spaceship Liberty and explore the deep recesses of space. Taylor ponders the chaos he left behind. Is man that marvel of the universe that sent me to the stars? Do they still make war against each other? Awakening under distress, Taylor evacuates to a desolate planet with no way home. Taylor pushes forward to find intelligent life on this strange planet. The Planet of the Apes board game has 1 to 4 players taking the roles of Taylor's varying personalities. Guide Taylor through the Forbidden Zone, escape the hunt, join the escape, unveil the mysteries of the dig, but be ready for the foreshadowing of tragedy. Roll dice and collect abilities to progress the scene forward. Survive the disasters that lie ahead, and always be aware of the apes, or you might just end up in a museum. In this game of human see, human do, make sure Taylor is ready for the discovery, and he may just find the way home. The game gives you some examples of what's included in the box. Again, it's for 1 to 4 players, 90 to 120 minutes, age 14. Brought to you by 20th Century Fox and IDW Games. It's made in China. This game was released in 2017. Of course, it has a list of components. And for more information about this, you can go to idwgames.com. So let's crack this bad boy open and see what kind of goodness we have on the inside. Right off the bat, we have our Planet of the Apes. We have our story, which we just read on the back of the box. Our objective. In Planet of the Apes, 1 to 4 players cooperatively take on the various personality characteristics of Colonel George Taylor, each a part of the same character, collectively guiding the commander of the crashed Liberty spaceship through the key scenes of Planet of the Apes movie. Together, players must overcome obstacles, survive a harsh and deadly planet, and ultimately discover Taylor's fate as well as the fate of the planet that Taylor left behind. Each major scene will be a race between humanity and the ape society, all the while the truth of Taylor's past loomed ever closer. Meanwhile, the Statue of Liberty standee advances down the fate track, bringing doom if reaching the zero space prior to the players advancing the sinking ship standee to the final scene with at least one undefeated character and successfully resolving one discovery encounter. If the players collectively win, they send Taylor to adventure on into the Forbidden Zone to discover even more about the humanity that dwells beneath the Planet of the Apes and complete his destiny. Love the artwork. Iconic movie. All right, so we open the rulebook up. You have got the game board. You have 48 encounter cards, 3 discovery cards, 8 intro cards. Again, you have the game board and the different sections of it. You have 4 standees. You have 60 action cards, 24 special cards, 16 Planet of the Apes cards, 16-sided dice, character cards, day track token, 1 active character token, 21 skill tokens, 19 damage tokens, 4 action guide cards. Got the setup, breaks it down how to set the board up and set the cards up. Playing the game, start scene phase, action phase, end scene phase. Start scene phase, minor scenes, major scenes. Action phase. Perform 3 actions, check end of scene, game loss. Advance the day track, past the active character token, sunrise. perform 3 actions. What can you do in your actions? You got action cards, reset action cards, adventure, contemplate, minor healing, major healing. You could also use your allies. Free actions, prepare, learn, adapt. Check end of scene and game loss. Again, it gives you examples of everything on the right-hand side there. Again, you're going to check the end of scene, game loss, and advance the day track. Pass the active character token. Sunrise. And then the end of scene phase. Okay, adventure, resolve an encounter. Choose an encounter. Succeed with action cards. Gather encounter dice. Gaining dice. Rolling dice. Reward or penalty. Fate track hazards. Bonus section. Refreshing your cards. The discovery scene, and winning or losing. So winning and losing, it says the game can end in a number of ways. In all cases, either all players will win or all players will lose. All players win the game if they successfully make it through all 8 scenes of the story, including the final discovery challenge. All players lose the game if one of these occur. All characters in the game are defeated at the same time. A character becomes defeated when it has 5 damage tokens at once. The Statue of Liberty standee advances to the 0 space of the fate track for any reason. The Ape standee reaches the 0 space of the fate track before Taylor standee in scene 6 or 7, or if the players fail their final destiny challenge or final discovery challenge in scene 8. These failures are mentioned on the intro cards for those scenes. You have solitaire rules, easier game, harder game, and the symbol glossary on the back. And the credits for all the good people who brought you this game. You also have your 1 set of tokens. So it looks like you have, these are wound tokens. I see some eyes, sundial, Taylor running, some more blood tokens. So you got Taylor, you've got the ship, Statue of Liberty, more blood tokens. You have an ape on horseback. Front and back are the same. Looks like you have the game board. So that's number 8, which is obviously the final scene. 3 astronauts walking. Taylor landed in Dodge. Day, night, sunrise. So you got your timer right here. Your Planet Apes deck, your discard goes there. Your regular cards go here. This is scene 7, which is outside where they're digging for when they find that doll that talks. So up top here you have your special deck, your action deck, your available. Starts at 13 and makes its way down to 0. Again, you have different icons. The icons will be explained in the rulebook, what they all mean. Your active scene, your active encounter. So scene 1 is obviously the ship is sinking. Landon, Dodge, and Taylor are in their life raft heading that way. This is where they find the scarecrows walking out of the forbidden zone. This is where they find, and they go swimming. And right before they go into the field, when they go into the field, where the hunt begins, that's the hunt. Okay, that's where Landon Landon gets his head crucked in. Taylor gets shot in the throat and can't speak, and Dodge is killed. And then Taylor's in the cage with Nova. That's the Ape Council right there. That's when he's running through he escapes from the jail and he's running through, gets caught in the net, gets brought up. He says, "Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape." And that's the dig in the Forbidden Zone, right. And the last scene is when he finds out that the whole time he's been back on Earth. So that's your game board right there. It's a nice looking game board. All right, so you have your game board, and you have your punch outs. That's right. Let's see. Again, nice thick cardboard, and you punch back in as easily as they come out. So it's good. I always say that makes them nice sturdy cardboard. And you have your standees for your different tokens. They give you some additional bags for your punch outs. And some more bags for your punch outs. So you've got, looks like you've got a lot of dice here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white, 6 gray, and let's take a look at this. You might be miscounting. Tips are nice on them, nice feeling, really nice dice. They have a nice feel to them. For your dice pool, so it looks like you have 4 red, which are probably your wound dice, I'm assuming. Those are your standees. You got 1, 2, 3. You have 6 white, and you have 6 gray. Six gray, 6 white, and 4 red. I'll show you the bag that holds them. And you have 2 decks of cards. Now these are your scene cards. Very cool. So let's see what we got here. So you got 4. All right. 2. Okay, you got 7, so you got different things for each section, it looks like. So I'm assuming they're going to be, 8 is the last one, right? Oh, what's that there? That looks like it's an explanation. There, okay. This says defeated, all right. There's 8. Got 6 here. The swim. Got another 4 here. So it appears to me you have some of them you have 1, and then you got 2. Got 1 sheet for 8. There's 7, 6, 5, and 3. So let's put these in order here. So you can go 1, 1, 2, 3. Oh, 2 has a couple cards in here. Forbidden Zone. Yep, like I said. You got 3, you got 4. Don't know why they didn't come in order. 5, and 6, 7, and then 8. So these are the challenge cards that I guess you have to overcome. All right, before we do that, let's take a look here. Looks like you got 4 different cards for Commander Taylor. So you have 4 actions each turn. So that's Commander Taylor. The Defiant Taylor. Okay, and then you got the Clever Taylor and the Cynical Taylor. So you're playing 4 different personalities. Okay, cool. See in the back it says defeated. Okay, so let's take a look at each of these. So let's start off with the Commander Taylor. It's a quote from the film. He has 4 actions each turn. You may spend 1 skill token to pass any number of action cards to another character or take any number of action cards from another character. Okay. That's my little girl Rosie. She's yelling at me, trying to get my attention. The Defiant Taylor, again, you got the quote. When spending sets of cards, you have spend 1 fewer than required. Again, spending skill. All right. Then you have the Clever Taylor. Again, the quote. You have 1 extra reroll 1 die every time you attempt an encounter. Hi, Rosie. All right. And this says you may spend 1 skill token to raise or lower the value of any 1 die by 1. Okay. And then we have the Cynical Taylor. Again, when you move the Taylor standee on the fate track, you ignore icons on spaces. And it tells you where you can get a bonus for that. Okay. That's those 4 cards. And then you have your, which you have to accomplish for the solo. Let's take a look at the first one. It's a sinking ship. Sinking ship tells you what's happening. Minor scene. Each character draws 1 to 5 action cards, then rolls that many dice. For each odd number rolled, that the character suffers 1 damage. So roll 1 to 5, you get 5 dice. 1, 3, 5 equals 1 wound. Okay. For the scene only, if a character would suffer a 5th damage, they only suffer 4. Advance the Statue of Liberty, standee 1 space. In the scene. Okay. So there's challenges. So you're doing a lot of dice rolling in this game. So it's a dice rolling game. Then you have some for Forbidden. I'm not going to read all of them. All the fronts are the same. So some of the things you have to do. Forget the past. Are those scarecrows? Steep climbing. Why did I sign on? Lightning strikes. Flaming sky. Burning sun. Avalanche. Closer look. No sign of water. Desolate trek. Sign of life. And the Forbidden Zone. So it says major scene. Gives you a background on it. If the ape standee advances 0 first, advance the Statue of Liberty. It tells you what happens. Again, it tells you what you have to accomplish by rolling dice and stuff of that nature. So that's your scene 2. Scene 3 only has 1 card, which is the swim. Again, tells you what you have to do for that scene. It's a minor scene. Now, the hunt obviously has a lot of different. See, the hunt has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. Oof. The killing fields, they appear to be mute. Run, Taylor, run. Dragnet. Big game hunters. Fast rider. Feeding ground. Guns and nets. Smile for the picture. Guerrilla hunters. Deadly sprint. Taylor gets shot. Herd the humans. And the hunt. Again, tells you how many dies you have to roll, and we have to find out what all these icons mean. Okay, all right, so that's scene 4. Scene 5, only 1 card. It says caged. Background, and again tells you what you have to do. Now step 6 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cards. That's a lot to do. All right, escape from Ape City, that one's called. Visit the vet. The note. Human See, Human Do, Chasing Town Center, Heresy, Monkey Trial, The Great Escape, The Leash, First Words, Man Has No Rights, Map of Forbidden Zone, Zoo Worker, and gives you background about Ape City. Again, over here it tells you what you have to do to be successful in each of the, this is what you have to accomplish in each of these scenes. All right, so that's scene 6. Again, your goal is to get to 8 before the rider does. And 7 is the dig site. Home All Along, They Blew It Up, The Discovery, We Will Return to Ape City, Man is a Curse, A Human Doll, Born Killers, Only Man Destroys, Gunplay, The Evidence, Reluctant Judge, The Sacred Scroll, Righteous Pursuit, Goodbye Kiss, Guerrilla Soldiers, and this is the introduction to the major scene, which is a dig site. So that's number 7, and if you survive through all those, to win, you have to get to the Discovery. I'll see the Statue of Liberty, that's Discovery. I'm home all the time. They finally did it. You maniacs, you blew it up. At least one character remains undefeated once all rolling is resolved. The players win the game. So it says here, each character rolls 1 die and suffers damage according to the chart below. As usual, characters are defeated if they each 5 damage tokens. Okay. So there you have that. These are your scene cards, going from 1 to 8. You'll also have some game aids, which are right here, which tell you get 1, 2, 3, 4. These, of course, there's up to 4 player games. You get 4 of these. Each one's the same. So it says start scene phase. Difference between a minor scene, follow the steps on the intro card. Major scene, set the ape and Taylor standees on the fate track as indicated. Flip 3 of the scene's encounters into the active encounter slots and begin the action phase. Perform 3 actions. Check end of scene. Advance day track. Pass active character token. Sunrise, sunrise space, and scene phase. Right here tells you what each of these mean. Action card, reset action, adventure, contemplate, minor healing, major healing, allies, free actions, prepare, learn, adapt. All right, and you get 3 of those. And 4 of those cards, 1 for each player. And you get that as well. Get your scene cards. And you get your active cards. And you get another deck of mini cards. So here are your action cards. You got your special cards. And your Planet of the Apes cards. All right, so this is the smallest deck, so let's take a look at these first. You get your Planet of the Apes cards. Those over. So it says running out of time. Advance the ape standee 2 spaces and advance the Statue of Liberty standee 1 space. 2, 1. So move him 2, move him 1. Okay, armed apes. Suffer 1 damage per character or advance the ape and Statue of Liberty standees 1 space each. Okay. Lone and Afraid, Crazy Apes. Unavoidable Fate, Caged. Chased by Apes, Man is a Scourge. Running out of time, No Pain, No Gain. Running out of time, Survival Training. Harsh Planet, Bright Eyes. Major Setback, Animal Cruelty. Nowhere to Run, A New Day. Nowhere to Run, Never Give Up. adapting, outnumbered, another day, move quickly, running out of time, beaten, unavoidable fate, mates, apes everywhere, carrying chimps, setback, never give up. So that's your Planet of the Ape card. You shuffle those up and use those. All right, these over here. You also get some special cards. All the backs are the same. Let's take a look at the front. Moving fast. Play at the start of any character's turn. That character gets 2 extra actions this turn. So you go from 3 to 5. That's pretty cool. Moving fast. Getting 2 extra turns. Keep moving. Keep moving. Another day. Quick thinking. Human ingenuity. Survival training. Bright eyes. Brilliant mind. Astronaut training. Play at the start of your encounter. Gain 2 red dice. Yes, your dice. You're in dice pool. Okay. Astronaut training. Human see, human do. Play at any time. Gain 1 skill token. Then immediately reshuffle the special card. Discards, including this card, into the special card deck. Let's reshuffle. Recovery. And Filthy Apes. Play when the ape or Statue of Liberty standee is supposed to advance on the fate track. Roll 1 die. If you roll a 3 or more, do not advance that token. So it cancels out. So these special cards are good cards for Taylor and his crew. For Taylor, 4 different versions of them. So instead of having 4 different characters, I think there's an extra special card too. That one says True Grit. That's what that one says. Play when any character fails an encounter. Ignore the failure penalty described on the encounter card. All right. Last but not least, we have some action cards. A whole bunch of these. Huge stack of them. All right. It's telling you what you got to do. Taylor's got to roll 1 red die. All right. It tells you the dice he's got to roll. Okay. Re-rolls. All right. Okay, it's going to tell you how to use these cards. Okay. Oh, so you have, I guess this tells you whose turn it's going to go. So Taylor, you got Taylor, got the gorillas, telling you to roll different die, white die, red die. Gorillas roll the red die. Then you have dodge and landing cards. Okay, cool. Dr. Zaius, of course. Nova. Cornelius Zero. All right, so these are action cards. Okay. Yeah, this looks like it could be a very interesting game. I'm curious about this now. Let's put that down. That's what we got here. So we got a bunch of dice. We got the rule book. We got our punch outs. We got the game board. And of course, we've got this. So again, I'll just pull this out here real quick, just so you can see. It's a pretty big game board, actually. So there that is. Again, we got our cards here. You throw those up there. I've always seen this game, never picked it up before, so I got this one. I actually got this one. They were deep discounting it at a local game store, so I picked it up. I said, why not? Love the movie, so let's give it a shot. And there are your token sheets. And last but not least, as it said on the front of the box, it said we came with some bonus exclusive minis inside the game. And there they are. So if you don't feel like using the punch outs, you can use the figures instead. These figures are pretty big, so let's take a look at them. There is your ship that crashed into the ocean. Nice design, nice sculpt. a sinking ship. Okay. You've got Colonel Taylor as he came off the ship with his supply backpack. Got nice detail on it. Then you have an ape. This ape is walking, not on horseback, so not quite sure why they would give you a miniature that has a guy walking and they have the standee as a guy on a horseback. So not quite sure, but ape dressed like this was usually in beneath the Planet of the Apes when they were going underground. The troops were marching. That's what this is when they were dressed like this. This really wasn't. You didn't see any figures looking like this in the first film. And of course, you have the Statue of Liberty. Okay, as it was destroyed and laying on the beach. And there you have it. So there's one. There's one. There's one. And there you have it. That's everything that's included in this unboxing of Planet of the Apes, the board game, brought to you by IDW Games, a cooperative adventure game by Richard Lowness. It's for 1 to 4 players, 90 to 120 minutes, ages 14 plus. Thank you so much for joining me for this unboxing video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you could always give us a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Of course, you could always hit that subscribe button as well. This way you're kept up to date as to any new releases or any new content that we're releasing to our page. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Be safe, be well, enjoy the remainder of your day, and we'll catch you on the next unboxing video.